Peace family, Conjure Queen here. And in this segment, we are going to talk about some hidden truths regarding bloodlines, UFOs, aliens, the Anunnaki, talking about the different bloodlines and the different star systems, starseeds, those who come from the heavens, those who may have the Anunnaki blood. So for those who are new to this type of material, this information may blow your mind, but I guarantee you, if you do the research, if you follow the path that leads to knowledge, I will give you the resources and everything that you need to help you along your journey. But first, I want to just say something. Not everybody who looks human is human, and not everybody who appears in the flesh is really a living being. And it's a lot of lies and conspiracies that's going around, right? Like there are entities called synthetics, clones. These are entities that don't have souls. So there are beings that have souls and beings that don't have souls. Those that don't have souls, they pretty much, when their physical body is done, or when their physical vessel no more has vitality to go on, they just disappear, right? Like there's no after that. Kind of like when you have a toy and the battery dies out and it's just like, okay, there's no recharging the battery is just done, it's finito, like it's gone, like that toy is done. So it's the same thing with these synthetics or these clone-like beings. And then there are beings who do have souls, and these could be starseeds. These are beings who have very ancient old souls, and when they come into this physical vessel or this world, they already know that they have a mission. They already know that they're here to do great things. And a lot of you that is watching this right now, if this resonates, this means that you may be a starseed, that you may be a descendant of the quote-unquote giants, right, that they talked of back in the day. Those who come from the heavens, the Anunnaki, they talk about this in fairy tales and old folklore, and even ancient texts. They document in the historical texts how they talk about they were giants, right? And if you do a little bit more digging, you'll find out that they excavated huge skeleton bones, like human skeleton bones that were like 10 feet, 13 feet, some like 18 feet tall. These were the giants that they talked about. So there's some hidden truths and lies in the Bible and the Quran and all of these ancient religious texts, but the key is reading all these different scriptures, because each one is like a chapter of a big book. And the way that they kept people divided and separated from knowledge of self is by telling everybody, no, this religion is right, this religion is wrong. And they pretty much created a divide and conquer mentality where everybody separated into their own religion. Like religion really, when we think about it, right, and I know this may rub people the wrong way, this is my opinion, but when you think about the origins of certain religions that still exist today, it was built on genocide or murder and rape and pillage and all types of craziness. So when we dig a little bit deeper and we realize that there are different types of beings on this planet, right, we all come from different ancestral bloodlines. Like not everybody is the same, and that's another lie that they told us, that everybody is equal, everybody is the same. Well, that would make no sense, because if everybody is exactly the same, there will be no diversity, there would be no advancement, there will be no growth in human society. We need different thought patterns and different type of creative minds. We need different type of entities and beings who behave different, who build different, who function differently, because that's what makes society interesting, right? So everybody comes into this life with a particular journey, with a particular purpose. And those who come with these old souls, they know that they have a bigger mission. They know since they're young, you know what? Life is more than just going to school, getting good grades, getting a good job to be in debt for my whole life. It's more than that. And since you was a kid, you knew this inner calling. You even probably felt different from your peers, different from your family members, and they probably even seen it too. And I mentioned this in a really, really, really old video that I did in my archives, probably back in 2016, where I talk about a lot of people, signs that you may be a demigod, signs that you may have the blood of the Anunnaki, signs that you may have this unique mutation in your DNA. And the ancestors knew about this, right? Like they knew this knowledge of, they can watch the children and see which child is going to be a leader. They will sit back and watch the children, and based on their personalities and their temperaments, they knew, okay, this one is going to be different. This one is a pioneer. But nowadays we call them black sheeps, outcasts, right? Loners. But the reason why these people are so different from everybody else is because their DNA is a mutation to the human construct. And what I mean by that is they come here to make a change. They don't come here to follow the old archaic ways of being. They come here to be pioneers. And that's why life is very difficult for you, because you might be the first entrepreneur in your family. You might be the first one to break the generational curse of health problems, right? Let's say if you have a family that everybody has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes, all of these problems, and you're the first one to, let's say, try a vegan diet, or you're the first one to implement into your bloodline eating cleaner, being more fit, being more health conscious of what you put into your body, educating your other relatives and family members about this knowledge that you have gained, right? Because health is wealth. So a lot of the times we've been taught that high blood pressure runs in the family, or diabetes just runs in the family, and we just accepted that as truth. But the truth is, it doesn't just run genetically. No, it's just that you are eating the same foods that your mama ate, that your daddy ate, that your grandma and grandpa ate, that your great-grands ate. And it's just this cycle that's just been passed on and nobody ever questioned it. Just like the educational system. Now we have children that's rebutting and talking back because they're like, yo, this system is archaic. This system, this learning doesn't serve them anymore. Look at the digital age that we're in. Now, do children really need to be in school to learn when they can just go online and research themselves and find the resources and the books and the websites that they need? People could be self-taught nowadays. And then you got YouTube where you can learn anything. So times are changing now. And those who come into this lifetime at this time, in this space right now, you came for a reason, to do great things. And yes, life is going to be a little bit difficult for you versus everybody else, because you're doing something that nobody's ever done before. You don't have an instruction book or a guideline to look at or an example to follow. No, you are the example that other people are going to follow. And that's why it's so important that you step into your power and your destiny. And I always talk about that. I always talk about stepping into your power and remembering who you are and why you came here. And sometimes we may have dreams, right? A lot of you may be dreamers. A lot of you may have visions in your dreams, or dream about a past life, or dream about angels or entities coming to you, talking to you and teaching you since you were a child, right? And some people even talk about fairies. Some people have a very strong connection to the fae, to the elemental spirits, where they can just sit in nature and they can talk to the trees. They can get downloads about the future, about the past, about what's happening now, about politics, about the world, about health, anything. Because the oldest elders here are the trees, right? They've been here before humans were here. So it's a lot to unpack. And I just want to say that when you have that genetic or the DNA mutation, right? They always say, even if in science, if you guys remember, if you guys paid attention in biology, they talk about every certain amount of years or a certain generation, there's a mutation that occurs in the DNA of your bloodline, of your family. And that mutation, right, they don't really break it down in the, traditional academia, because they don't want you to really know knowledge of self. But if you dig deeper, you understand how deep what DNA is. DNA pretty much is all of the information and memories stored from your ancestors to you, and you have access to that. There are ways to activate your brain. There are tools and elixirs and things you can take to activate your DNA. There's monatomic gold. There's atomic ormus. And I'll put the link below, guys, because I take them every day and it's changed my life. It helps me focus better. It helps you sleep better. It helps you create better, especially if you feel like, you want to write a book or you want to create something, but you just feel like you're not able to tap into that genius or your inner genie, right? This will help you to unlock the memories of your spirit guides, of your ancestors that lie within your DNA, because it's in you. We already know. Even when they came, the Crusaders came and they tried to kill all of the shamans and all of the ancestors and medicine men and the ancient elders and teachers, they said, we're going to be back because our descendants, as long as our descendants live on, our soul is eternal. We're going to come back anyway, and we're going to bring this knowledge back. And so those who are watching this are the elders. You are the ancestors. You are the ones that the old civilizations used to make altars for and pray to and put out food for. You are the ones that they were calling the gods. Yes, you. You are the ones that they've been praying for you to come and change the world, because look how the world has been run. It's crazy right now. Everything is about war and money and power and conquering. Look what's happening right now. And now the world is finally seeing who the real true bullies are. Truth is being revealed. I told you guys, this is the year of the 7, okay? This is the year dealing with 𝗵𝗂𝗶. How did I get the number 7? 2023, add those numbers up. You diminish it down to 7. 7 is the number of also Neptune, illusions, and dreams. That's why your dreams may be more active. Your psychic abilities may be more active. And those who are asleep, your powers are about to be very, very strong, okay? Our powers are normally mostly activated during the Scorpio season, I notice, and even during like July and August. When it's really hot, that summer season, that's when the sun is amplified. And when that heat comes, what does heat do? Heat is a catalyst for, it speeds up energy, the kinetic energy. When your kinetic energy, when you add heat to anything, the molecules speed up. What do you think is happening to your DNA? Why do you think they wanted to keep the world locked in a house for that whole entire year, for all of that time? You know how much information was coming from the sun? They knew that their time is up. And now the gods that they talk about and talking about revelations and the serpent coming up out of the pit, what are they talking about, right? Like, we got to think about the old ancient gods, the Titans. The Titans were the gods of the gods. And then we hear in Greek mythology that the gods wanted to imprison the Titans, but one day the Titans would come back. The Titans are you. You are the ones that they were talking about. You are the messiahs that they've been praying for. You are what they've been talking about, the Christ energy, the Buddha energy. You come to bring this grand awakening to people. And I'm not saying you gotta go and start preaching to people. No, that's not how you're gonna get the message out. You have to lead by example. Your energy, your frequency, if you just walk into a room and you already know knowledge of self and you are right within, because if there's no enemy within, no enemy without can harm you. You balance, you know who you are, you have knowledge of self, you worked on yourself, you worked on your chakras and your energies, right? People can feel that. People are watching you. And if you notice, as you're elevating yourself and reading books and attending seminars and watching these YouTube videos and doing the workshops and classes, improving yourself, connecting with your ancestors, learning about them, learning about you and who you are, your energy and your frequency can change your whole entire neighborhood. Like, some of y'all aura is so big and so powerful. Like, you are changing your whole entire block, okay? The people in your building, the people around you, that's how strong your energy is. It gets deep, family. It gets deep. And I know we covering a lot in here, but I just want to let you know that if you've ever felt different, if you ever just felt like, you know what, I feel like there's a higher purpose for me and nobody else understands you, and you've always felt alone in your life, it's a reason for that. And you are not alone. The reason why I created my YouTube platform is because I felt like that too. It was a lot of spiritual things that I was going through and nobody understood me. And I was like, you know what, I need an outlet. I need somebody to talk to. So I started my YouTube channel. And then I found other people who was in my comment section talking about, yo, I feel the same way. I'm going through the same thing. And I realized I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people out there who are experiencing similar things like me. So what we're doing now is we're building a community. We're tapping into our ancestors. We're studying and we're learning knowledge of self. And we have to do the work. We can't expect other people to do the work for us, because each and every one of us have a different path. Nobody can write the path for you. You do have teachers that may come along your journey and guide you and give you the tools that you need to help you along your journey, right? Take those tools and grow, but you have to do the work if you want to see the results. If you are following people and you have a teacher or a mentor, anybody that you watch and you feel like their content is not helping you grow, you're not learning anything, you're still in the same place, you might need to change your teacher. You might need to look around and try something else, because they say when a student is ready, the teacher appears. You cannot force it. A lot of us could be information junkies. You want to eat and gobble up every information that pops up, every YouTube video, every book, every link. It's information overload. And sometimes you can make your body shut down. It could be a lot for your DNA, especially if you're not used to processing that much information. For those who may be mediums and channelers like myself, one thing that I wish I would have known before I stepped on this journey, because I am self-taught, is you have to take care of your physical body. being a medium, channeling deities, extraterrestrials, supernatural beings is a lot on the human body. The human body can hold a lot of energy. If you guys want to do a quick Google search and see how much jolts or energy can a human body hold, it is amazing. I think they said that a human body can light up a whole city, one person. So keep that in mind. We are electrical beings. They just tell us in school that we're just made of flesh and bone and blood, and they say we have junk DNA. What is this junk DNA that these scientists can't seem to figure out? But then again, they have all of this type of military weapons that can do all types of destruction. They can invest their resources and knowledge into that. But why are we not focusing on ourselves? We're looking in outer space, but we're not looking in our inner space, our inner verse. We got to get this right first. And that's what spiritualists and those who are touched, those who are blessed for this path, those who are anointed for this path. Do you ever notice that when people try to block you, spirit will F them up? Did you ever realize, like, when somebody tries to block your blessings, or somebody envious tries to block your shine, bad things happen to them, and you don't even have to lift a finger because you are anointed, you are protected, and this is your destiny, and not some mere mortal is going to get in your way. You have to understand that you have so many ancestors. Think about it. Millions of ancestors in your body. How far does the human genome go? And some of y'all don't even have, like I said, full humans. I'm gonna put this out there. There's something called the Book of Enoch, and I want you guys to read it. And the Book of Enoch and also the Book of Thoth, right? The Emerald Tablets. He talks about it. Like I said, if you guys read different scriptures from different places in the world during different times, you'll notice that there's a common theme, and they all say the same thing. They all say that humanity didn't even originate here. We came here, right? We came here, and a lot of us weren't even humans when we first started. But in order for us to be able to live on this planet, we had to incorporate or inhabit a human body. Now, they say that there were two types of humans, right? The original humans and then the hybrid humans. The original humans, they had their brain, their DNA was activated 100%. They can do telepathy, telekinesis. They can walk through walls. They can do all types of things. And there's still people who can't do this. We see videos of it. We hear stories of it in the Caribbean, in Asia, in the South, right? Like, I don't know where you guys are from, but I know having Southern roots, having family members that are American Indians, indigenous to this land, like, you hear all types of stories in the South, in the backwoods about, you know, skinwalkers and all types of these creatures and all types of beings that live amongst us, but they're in hiding. But the crazy part is that veil that I told you about, that veil is non-existent now, and we're going to start seeing a lot more strange things. As a matter of fact, there was a video that was posted. One of my followers sent this to me, and it looks very real. Mermaids popping up, okay? And it looked like it was in Haiti. And if anybody in here is from Haiti or you heard stories about Haiti, there are mermaids out there. There is some interesting things in Haiti because Haiti has some very powerful energy and history. Even in Louisiana, a lot of places, these are historical places, but also too here in New York, where I'm from, some say that New York was a part of ancient Atlantis. It's a lot of things that they don't want us to know about, and it's too much stuff to put into a video. But what I'm doing my part, family. What I find is helpful for activating our energies and also for turning things around in our favor, right? Like, we have alchemy, metaphysics, which is science. Now, if human beings are electrical beings, this means that we can also create change with matter, with our mind. Our mind is electrical. Our thoughts are things, right? So this is something called manifestation. Some may call it magic. Now, before you run off scared, because I know some of y'all been conditioned to think magic is evil, magic is wicked, magic is the devil. This is what you've been taught to keep you away from your power. What if I told you that everything that you was taught is bad is actually what you need to be doing? I know that's gonna blow your mind. I know it's crazy, but you gotta find what works for your soul, what works for your spirit, what is in alignment with you. If you feel like certain religions is what give you balance and peace, then that is your path. Use what works for you. But my thing is, if you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, what is that called? That's insanity. It's time to change. And I'm just giving you a different perspective. I'm just giving you a different option. If life is not working the way that you want it to work, well, what if I told you that you can take life into your own hands, right? By manifesting the life that you want. Instead of being a victim, you can become the creator, the God of your reality, the generator, operator, and destroyer of your world. Because that's what we are, but we've been conditioned to think that we're mortals and that we only use 10% of our brains. And like I said before, there's two humans, the ones who had their DNA activated, and then they made the hybrid humans that dumbed them down so that they could be more complacent and slave-like. And these are the ones who never really wake up. And some may call them sheep. I don't like to use that term, but they're more like NPCs. There's some people in this world who literally are just here to be drones. Some people are just part of the matrix. They're part of this simulated reality. They don't have a soul. We said this in the beginning of the video. Like, they just have no purpose. They just here living day in and day out, and then they die, and that's it. And nobody will ever remember their name again. They were nobody, right? Now, I know this may be harsh to hear because we're all taught everybody is special. Everybody has a purpose. People get the call, but not everybody answers it. And if you lasted this long into the video, then that means that you're answering the call and you know that something in your spirit is resonating. The frequencies that I'm sending you is resonating with you because we're on the same frequency here. Now, anybody else that watches this that's not on this frequency, they're gonna be like, nah, yo, this girl is crazy. She bugging. She wildin'. She's on meds, right? Of course, it's so easy to dismiss something that's crazy or evil when you don't understand it. But that's why I challenge you, right? I gave you some books. I gave you some resources. I'll drop some links. What we do is we create results. We do group rituals, right? Like our ancestors did. When they wanted to bring rain down, they did the rain dance. The whole community got together and they did what they had to do. They're like, nah, look, we haven't gotten rain in a minute. We gotta feed our babies, okay? Winter's coming, let's do our rituals. Or let's say, they would do a ritual so that the women can have a safe delivery. Like, we was more community centered. We checked on each other. It was always love. And I feel like I wanna bring that back again. For those who always felt like they wanted family, for those who always felt, ostracized or felt different and alone, you don't have to feel that way anymore because we're one and the same. We have to build our own community. We're seeing the world around us shut down. We're seeing all of these old systems fall apart. Why is that happening? And why are we alive at this time when we're watching it fall to the ground in front of us? Because you're here to build a new society, a new world order. Yeah, I know that word new world order, Illuminati, they made you think it was bad, but Illuminati just means the illuminated ones. The illuminated ones, those who have those light bodies, God bodies, a God incorporating a human vessel. They're talking about you, but they made it demonic so you wouldn't tap into it. They made it demonic so you could think, oh yeah, that's evil, that evil eye right there. No, not at all. None of it is evil. It is all you. It is all your magic. It is all your ancestors' stuff, and they twisted it around. They lied to you. They confused you. I know it made me tight too when I found out. But sometimes the truth hurts, but it's the bitter medicine that we need. Stop drinking that syrupy stuff. It's just making you sick and it's keeping you asleep. But I'm telling you right now, this is the year where everybody's eyes is open. People seeing the system shut down. The pioneers are here. And I'm just excited to be alive at this time because it's going to be a great time to be alive. And listen, if you got to write that book, if you got to start that community, if you got to do whatever you got to do, now is the time. Step into your power and stop letting people dim your light. You came here to shine. You came here to be different, not to blend in, but to stand out, baby. And if you need a permission, Conjure Queen's giving you permission right now. Do you, boo, because nobody can do it better than you. Nobody can be you better than you. Nobody. Stop being ashamed of who you are and your gifts. Step into it. Don't be afraid of yourself anymore. Stop running from yourself. But I talked enough, family. If you guys have any questions, tell me what you guys think. I know we talked about a lot. I'll drop the links below. Thank you so much, family. I love you. Make sure that you subscribe, you hit that bell, and share this with a friend because you never know. Somebody might need this video. Somebody might be feeling like a black sheep right now, going through the spiritual journey and not knowing where to turn. And this might be the video that might help them along their way. So yeah, family, follow me on Instagram at @IamConjureQueen and make sure you subscribe. It's been so fun. Until next time, family, peace.